Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'll be showing you how I make my Meatball Marinara. A super easy to make, rich, meaty, amazing sauce that can go with anything. So we'll start with 1 onion in the blender, alongside 3 garlic cloves and a little bit of olive oil. Mix that in with your meat alongside 2 eggs, which you crack open with one hand because flair and pizzazz. Add some breadcrumbs and then season generously with salt and pepper. We're not adding that much to the meat. We're gonna let the beef do the talking, so get a good quality beef. 12% fat is what I usually use for this. I don't really have a measurement for the breadcrumbs either. Like, I just keep going until they're dry enough until I can mold them in my hand and form meatballs. So try and do the same. Once you have your meat mixture ready, take some parchment paper, non-stick paper, whatever you want to call it, line that on a baking tray, and then start making your meatballs. I used around 1.5 kilos of beef to make my meatballs because, I mean, that's the best bit of the sauce, isn't it, the meatballs? No point people fighting over the meatballs, you know, just load that bad boy up. Once you've got beef underneath your fingernails and your hands absolutely stink, whack them into the fridge for about half an hour and let that just set for a little bit. Or you can whack it in the freezer for about 10-15 minutes if you're short on time. Then olive oil into a pot on a medium to high heat. We're gonna give some color to the beef meatball. We're not looking to cook them here, we just want color on it. We want that little bit of crunch so they don't get too soft. Let's get a close up. Now the meat is browned, we're gonna start working on the sauce. We're gonna add 1 onion, gonna smash 3 garlic cloves, roughly chop them up. And then I had some like cherry tomatoes lying around as well. I don't normally add that in, but they were gonna go off otherwise, so I threw them in there too. Slice those in half, and then we're gonna start making the sauce. So into the same pan where we cook the meatballs, you want all of that meaty oil. Then we're gonna throw in the onions with the garlic alongside some tomatoey water. I basically rinsed out the chopped tomato cans that I had with water just to get maximum flavor. Then we're gonna scrape the bottom of the pan with this wooden spoon, add some more water in there alongside the tomatoes. Season it well and then scrape down the sides, making sure that everything's being cooked. Cook out the onions, garlic, tomatoes for around 10-15 minutes. We're building the base here. This is gonna be the foundation of your sauce. The next layer we're adding to the sauce is gonna be the tomato puree. Cook that out for about 5 to 10 minutes, then add your chopped tomatoes, followed by the rest of the tomato water, season generously, and then cook that out for around half an hour. You can see how low it's come, like all that water that we've added in has now cooked out and you've got a nice deep rich sauce. Then we're gonna throw the meatballs in there for the last 15 to 20 minutes alongside all that meat resting juice. Then give it a good stir, make sure all that meaty goodness is incorporated in there, and then another close-up, of course, because we love the close-ups. Now we've built the layers, we've got the sweet onions, then we hit it with the acidic tomato followed by that amazing meaty beef and all that good fat. We need to finish it off with some freshness, so in with some basil. We don't want to cook the basil into the sauce, we just want to add it in right at the end. Then we're going to cut open the meatball, no need for a knife because they're super tender. Look at all that meat, all that juice that's going to pop out. Wow. 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 Then your sauce is pretty much ready. You can do what you want with it. I prefer to make sandwiches, so into a roll I add some olive oil, a bit of seasoning, followed by the meatballs and then a little bit of the sauce. Then we're going to take some mozzarella, some other good stuff, followed by some parmesan, and just toast that bad boy. Oh, I also added some basil too. So now I've given you all my tips and tricks. I've scratched your back, I think it's time that you scratch mine. Like the video, maybe subscribe, maybe share it with a friend, but yeah, either way, it's time for some amazing B-roll. We got some camera shakes, we got slow motion, we got some flickering, some zooming in, some zooming out. It's all pretty damn good. Enjoy.